What makes up the Dark Triad? Okay, Triad. The Dark Triad has been used every single day. It's the three most dark used words activated so blindly, like Machiavellism, narcissist, and psychopathy. Rectifying these dark traits are used commonly throughout the days of living in this world. In fact, Machiavellism is used for manipulation, the use of an intelligent mind, often being dishonest with the method that deceives people in order to win power or control. A narcissist personality quality includes thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy for others. This trait is almost everywhere we look, and with no room for improvement, these types of people view themselves as better, more special, and more deserving than others. Psychopathy. Neuropsychiatric disorder marked by deficient emotional response, lack of empathy, and with poor behavior controls. At some point in our lives, we've come across those people with evil hearts showing no type of empathy, sympathy, or apathy, more like a cold and dangerous feeling they have. Define each dark traits tend to have something interesting, and those dark words are something we can cope with when living in this world. Somehow, any of us can relate to these dark traits based on society, or even a glimpse of their own reality. Let's take a look at this video and see what you can understand.
Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open. You could fill that void. Here's how. Establish front groups.
We're a Bible study group.
We're a meditation center.
Hustlers University.
Promise to fulfill their dreams.
We have the secrets to self-improvement. Join our elite mission.
You cannot stop me. I'm that guy. You need my help.
Offer them something free and get them to feel obliged to give you something in return.
And welcome to the Hustlers University 2.0 webinar. Free presentation.
Gradually, over time, you'll begin to shape the recruit's behavior by granting or withholding this love and attention. After they've bonded, slowly start making your demands upon them. The message being,
nothing in this world has value unless it relates to the leader.
If you have less money than me, even by a single cent, you're a fucking brokey, a wagey, a peon, a peasant, a nobody.
control their behavior.
Come live with us.
Wear these clothes.
Eat this food.
One of the most important ways to discover if someone's a dickhead or not is if they wear a smartwatch. Let me ask you a question. Do you eat salt and pepper? Or do you only eat salt?
Prescribe a rigid schedule.
You don't have fire blood. You don't wake up to go piss at 3:32 a.m. and go, I'm not going back to sleep because I want to make some fucking money. So you're all lazy.
Control their thoughts.
Our ideology answers all questions to all problems.
If I talk about something, I know exactly what I'm talking about all of the time.
Control their emotions. Induce guilt.
And here I am showing you how war room members live their lives. And you're not thinking, I need to get in that room. I don't know what you're thinking. You're probably not thinking at all. And instead, you're going to sit at home, make some excuse for why you're not in the war room, why you're not part of our network.
And fear.
I think you need to be sitting here panicking at the fact that you don't have enough money.
Control information. Keep them from knowing all the workings of the cult.
War Room is a private network. That's the most I can say. Kind of imagine the Freemasons of old. The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Tell them that there is a part of their mind they must eliminate in order to find happiness.
No one cares about how depressed you are. No one gives a shit.
This is stage one of a three-step plan. So I'm going to be viral for a little bit longer, and then step two begins. The conquest is continuing. So I'm going to be viral for a little bit longer.
Then step two begins. The conquest is continuing.
It's quite interesting how such a video presentation can give us a hidden context of what we can feel. No matter what type of explanation there is, the power of Machiavellism is often explained even through people's greatest philosophy or teaching. Everyone knows the capability of what Andrew Tate has done for this society, and making his own assumption and belief system to manipulate others to joining his university in order to earn money for the reward of teaching how to make money. On the other hand, being a cult leader would gain the upper hand of power to use against anyone and to teach unnecessary ideas to those who believe a cult leader would make a greater change in their lives is in fact delusional. Ever heard of a lot of cases of humans being a cult leader with a secret society to eliminate one's belief into believing their own leaders, it's by far one of the worst things that can happen. Others would believe them, and others would not have a meaning for their lives, which means taking control would assist Machiavellism at a greater outcome. Now, we all come across a narcissist, but how does this world cope with it? How does the human race become linked with it?
That must feel good to travel to important places and meet a lot of important people.
Well, not exactly. I feel cut off from the rest of the world. When I accepted this promotion as Executive Secretary of Advertising, I thought it was going to be a major step upward for me.
Yeah?
Now I'm not sure why I accepted this promotion. I mean, they're obviously much too dim to realize that my suggestions are the first glimmer of genius this company has seen in years. On Tuesday, I pointed out to the board that a few minor changes in the new campaign could easily send sales soaring. Could they comprehend that? No. I mean, did they not realize that it was my vitality and my immaculate organizing abilities that pushed Estelle's to the top of the market? I think they're just too jealous to accept my ideas. Any other company would have absorbed them. They passed right over them.
How does that leave you feeling?
It was like my last date, unfortunately.
I don't understand. What do you mean it was like your last date?
Well, I went out with Victor Hudson. That's Franklin Hudson's son.
Oh, yes, I've heard of them.
Everyone has. Aren't they right? I'm trying to win over the Hudson's account. Do you always look so stone-faced? Well, anyway, we were going dancing at La Scala. I just bought a Saint Michel gown, sequin from neck to toe. Victor showed up in a 200% polyester sports jacket.
200%?
It was double knit, and of course everybody stared at us. And he never even commented about it.
About
how stunning I looked. Oh well, we don't need their account anyway. Who we really need is... Would we be able to switch next week's appointment from Tuesday to Thursday? The Addisons are having a cocktail party aboard the Princess Star.
a cocktail party?
It's not just a cocktail party. The Addisons could be our biggest clients, and they would be personally affronted if I didn't attend.
It does sound like it's very important to you. Now, you were talking about how at work it seems like your efforts go unnoticed.
What about the cocktail party?
How would you feel if we didn't change the appointment?
That's ridiculous. Are you refusing to change?
No, I said what if.
Look, I don't see what difference Tuesday or Thursday makes, and this is something very important.
It sounds like you feel that at work, that on dates, here with me now, that no one grasps what's important to you.
Very few people could grasp what's important to me. You couldn't have anything that important.
What are you remembering?
Oh, just back in college, when I tried to become a tri-delt.
Go on.
I tried so hard to be like one of those girls with money. It was so unfair. They were so rich. I wasn't. They didn't want me.
What do you feel as you remember back on that?
All that mattered were clothes and cars. They were so screwed up. No brains. No style. I showed him, though. I was featured in the spring fashion section of the school paper my senior year.
Oh, so you were recognized.
So what?
A behavior with the belief that they are superior to others and deserve special treatment would always need constant praise for admiration. In the video, the woman shows her true nature of being a narcissist in her own personality. She explains that all her accomplishments are more genius than anyone else's within the company, and that sales would be better with a few minor changes through her way of thinking highly. Her narcissist behavior lacks a positive emotional connection within herself, making it difficult for her to emotionally connect with others. The undeveloped self and deficient with her inner resources required to depend for validation rather than confidence. She fears being undesirable is unacceptable. In our modern day society, would best describe this behavior as a baddie energy, with most of us thinking that this type of person is showing her baddie side. It's more common than ever that we live in this world with narcissism. In fact, we are all grouped up into thinking they are better than us, but clearly we feed into their egos, making their characters stronger than what they already think of. Strange enough, the last theory of what we see is so dark and scary that most of us sign this world to be normal. To many of us, it's psychotic to be living in that form or shape. We wonder, how do we live with the theory of being a psychopath? Is it really dangerous? Do we even notice the dangers behind it?
People look at you today, 20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm nobody.
Do you ever feel violent?
Yes, I do.
What do you feel like doing?
Killing people.
You still feel like killing people?
Yes.
Describe the feeling that you get when you feel like killing people.
Well, last March 11th, I was hallucinating, and I took a razor blade and I cut a man's throat.
Here in the hospital?
Here in the hospital.
Do you think you'd murder me, Joe?
Yes.
That's gruesome, Joe. That's horrible.
Yes, it is.
And you don't blame me if I say I hope you never get out of this place.
I hope I never do either.
When seeing something become so dead inside, the level of psychopathy starts to become more alarming than ever. That dark feeling that lives inside their own world becomes more gruesome than ever. Having no type of sentimental feeling at all can cause a psychopath to grow more ballistic than ever. Others would feel some type of way of others getting hurt or even hurting innocent people. As any psychopath ages, they are not able to continue their energy consuming lifestyle and becoming burnt out and depressed while they look back on their relentless life of interpersonal discontentment. Their health deteriorates as the effects of their own recklessness accumulates. Others in this world can get along with any psychopath, and through dark discoveries, we don't seem to know what's normal or not. Even with the dark trauma that each psychopath has, their stories in childhood will become far more worse than ever we can ever imagine. The friends or people we make can categorize with any of these dark paths being so brutal. But how does all of this link into society? Well, the Dark Triad is what we live by every single day. Those around you can cope with this concept without even realizing what triad do they possess. As we grow older, just know somewhere down the line that you have experienced this type of behavior in your day-to-day life. Don't be consumed by it, or else you'll fall victim to the sad tragedy of it. And the strangest thing is that we are all linked to this behavior in modern times, and it makes it harder each day to know if being consumed by this behavior would make you be in this category of the Dark Triad.
Okay, what the fuck's going on?